Welcome, my family and friends. Been spending this Monday cleaning this homestead, trying to get it the way I want it. And I come to the point as I looked at the time and thought, well, snap, I got to start making some stuff for hubby. Over the weekend, I had run up across a recipe that I thought, what the heck, I'm going to give it a try. Now, you know, for a lot of you who are diabetic and low carb, I have been trying to make things as easy as I possibly can for you and us. And I ran across a recipe that actually turned out to be quite well. We have used the keto brand buns and breads and stuff like that. We have used what was called so-called keto friendly. The one thing I have learned about each of those products, although the keto brand is not as bad as the keto friendly brands, it is still doing the same. It still does the same thing. They spike my husband. And what it boils down to, the total carbs in both of these products are quite high. I think they range anywhere from 14 to 18 grams per bun or per piece of bread. And then it gets accommodated by the fiber, which decreases its net carb down to 1 to 4 grams per piece or per bun. Some of them even 5. So when you see a carb that high, and it's accommodated by fiber, for most people you can almost guarantee who are carb sensitive, it is going to spike your sugar regardless. So I ran across the product over the weekend. I thought I'd give it a try because I made some lamb burgers for me, or some Hreek lamb burgers actually, for me and hubby. And so I ran across a recipe called a Wonder Bread. It looks like a waffle, we'll just be honest. I use this little mini waffle maker, and that's what I use for bread. I will give you ideas what to use with this in just a minute. But it's called a Wonder Bread, and I thought, okay, you know, I've seen this. I've seen them made in truffles. They use them as cheese, and frankly, I'm sorry, but cheese doesn't get made for everything. In my opinion, there's a limit. So, and does it taste good? Probably, but if we're going to eat something, we're going to have it more like a bread. So this kind of falls in the line of that. I was able to toast it to make it a little bit more crisp, like a bread source. And all in all, we tried it, we used it, and I ate it along with hubby because I didn't want him doing this one alone. So 2 hours after our meal, and at that point we had a tabbouleh, my style tabbouleh salad without the bulgur wheat. We just used lettuce. And then we had our lamb burgers with these Wonder Bread waffle looking things. 2 hours after our meal, hubby's blood sugar was 104. That was a no-brainer. This is a go for me. Now, the uses that this can be done, even though it looks like a rounded waffle, it's still a source of a bread source and a low glycemic sugar bread source. This recipe is very small. It will only make 2, which is enough to make tuna sandwich, egg sandwich, breakfast in the morning with eggs, sausage, and bacon, or however you want to do, egg McMuffin, whatever you want to do, you can do that. You can use this for a source for buns. So any source that you can do for a sandwich type, this will work. The recipe that I'm going to give you and write in the description, like I said, only gives you 2. It's enough to make 1 sandwich, super quick, easy. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time in your kitchen doing this. And I'm fixing to prepare a few of them, so it will require me to keep making this or to double my recipes, however to do that. But I will tell you, it has 131 calories. It has 5.3 grams of protein, 2.1 grams of carbs for both pieces, and 10.4 grams of fat. So I am going to show you how to use this, or how to make this, what to do, what it looks like, and then I could show you what you can do in the future of it. So let's go, we're already here in the kitchen. Let's set you up so that you can see how this all is going to work. Alright y'all, so let's get this started. So this recipe consists of 3 tablespoons of almond flour, and what's really nice about this, it's super simple, not a lot of expensive, hard to find ingredients. This is really easy, and believe it or not, it's not grainy. 1 egg, one tablespoon of mayonnaise. I know, I thought the same thing. I could hear it now. Mayonnaise? Yep, mayonnaise. Now, we use Duke's, and the reason we use Duke's, basically, Duke's carb count is 0. There's no sugar. There is no carbs in this. Now, naturally, it doesn't have, I mean, it's got soybean oil and this stuff like that. It's not good for you, but when it comes to having carbs and sugar in a mayonnaise, Duke's comes out to be absolutely nothing, and I'm thinking that's what helps us in keeping hubby's blood sugar down. Remember, he is not on medication anymore, and how I feed him is how we're keeping his sugar under control. So this is working. So there's 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. I need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And I will say, you can take this recipe, technically make this your own. If you want a robust flavor, you can add some rosemary or garlic or onion powder to this and give you a flavored bread source. You could make this another way, and hubby loved this one. He took his and he sprinkled some sugar substitute and cinnamon on it, and he absolutely loved that. So that would make a great waffle source for him too, or even a snack. I mean, he found ways of enjoying this. So, and then he's like, yes, he wanted more of it. So, because he just started to come up with all the ideas. And now it needs 1 teaspoon of water. And that is all the ingredients. Now I am going to add a pinch of salt to this because I have found that it actually needed some salt. So I added a pinch. Those who need to watch their salt intake, you can just omit it. So that's all this is. And now you're just going to simply mix this up and make you a batter. And then this batter is going to be divided by 2. So this way you make 1 complete sandwich. Easy peasy. Everything you have in your house or in your kitchen. This was really simple and it worked great. I could see this when, like I told hubby, I ate it, and I could see me making a tuna sandwich with this, chicken sandwich, egg salad, anything you would use bread for, you can use these. So, I let this sit for a bit because I tend to want the liquids to absorb into that almond flour, so I give it a couple minutes. It's not necessary. This is just something I do. So you're welcome to just start putting it in here immediately. So, and like I said, you're going to divide this by half. I'm going to make a couple batches of this so that way I can refrigerate them because I can, like I said, hubby likes the fact that I can make him a breakfast sandwich out of it in the morning with maybe some bacon and eggs, or sausage and eggs and cheese. So it's a sandwich on the go, so he would love that. And that's the reason I had to stop what I was doing around the homestead and get in this kitchen and work. And I thought, why not take you with me? So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be right back and get this prepared. Alright, now that we got the mess cleaned up so we can keep working in our little station. So at this point, my little iron is heated enough, and I used olive oil. I just brushed it with a little silicone pastry brush, very lightly. And now I'm going to take my batter and do this by 2 in half. I'm just going to put this directly in the center. Just like so. Spread it out just a tad bit, and I'm going to close this. Now this will take about 2 to 3 minutes, so you just keep an eye on it. Now, where did I get this little, it's called a Nostalgia mini waffle maker. I got this actually at Walmart. It was on a Black Friday special. They're really not that expensive. I think the highest is about 20 bucks for these. Super easy, super inexpensive, and it works. I have made him mini waffles out of this. It's single person size. You can make sandwiches like we're fixing to do right now. So real easy to store, and that's all it is. It's nothing fancy, y'all. It's a Walmart special. So right now we're currently just waiting for this to be finished. And once this is finished, we'll be right back. Okay, so this one is finished. Now, they won't be super dark when they come out of here. You can, however, put these in a toaster and toast them. You can put these in a frying pan and heat them up to a crispier texture if you wanted to. So, I mean, these are fluffy. They are light. So, and they're pretty thick. I mean, they make, to me, a nice, and you can see, it's not very big. It's just kind of small. It's bun size, basically. So, it works, and then we can just make sandwiches out of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the last of this, and that's all it is. It just makes 2 enough for one single person sandwich. Not a lot of bus or anything else like that. It's just, I don't know, I found this to be the simplest thing. If I want to do it in the mornings, I just whip up a batch of this, fix it up for hubby for breakfast, set him up, and away he goes. Seal that off again, and that's it. And now we have a breakfast sausage, or breakfast sandwich, waiting for him for tomorrow. Now I'll probably finish the rest of these up in the morning. I had to make at least one set for in the morning to make it easier for me. I will probably put these in a skillet with some ghee, toast this up for him with some eggs, some cheese, and sausage, and he'll have that for breakfast in the morning. Or unless he just decides, which he absolutely loves, is just using his source of cinnamon sugar on it, and he's ready to go. So he may just choose to do that instead. That's why I want to do at least a couple of them to prep during the week, so I don't really have to do this every morning. Not that I would mind it, it's not that hard to do. But anything that I can make life easier for me. And I could tell you right now, these look like they would be easy to basically freeze as well, y'all. You would think they kind of taste eggy as well, but they're really not. I was kind of impressed at how they taste. Now they're bland. I will tell you that. Just like bread is basically bland, but that's why I said you can add flavors to this. It's not that hard, and I thought so many ideas that I could do with these. And if it keeps his blood sugar that low, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So I can now make him a sandwich with ease and not have to worry about this keto or keto-friendly products that are not so friendly. I don't know what they're using, but it's not friendly at all. And those are extremely high carbs to accommodate it with fiber. It just does not work. So, and maybe it does work for some of y'all, but it is not working for my husband, and the price alone is outrageous. $7 for a loaf of keto bread is crazy, and he really can't eat it that much. He could literally eat 2 of these sandwiches if he wanted 2 burgers, and it would only be 4.2 carbs. Now, way different than 5 grams for his bun, for one, absolutely one, and it's not that friendly. So this is why I decided to go ahead. When I saw this recipe, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I thought I'd share it. And y'all, that's it. I have bread made for him, and that's the end of it. Just take and unplug my little waffle iron, and I just made a sandwich ready to get filled. So I'm hoping this helps somebody else. I'm hoping that you enjoyed this, and I'm hoping that it just made somebody else as excited as I have been over the fact that you can have a low-carb bread source. It's not exactly the same. We all know that none of this is the same, but this was pretty close, and the two of us actually quite enjoyed it. So I wanted to share it with you. So until next time, much love to each and every one of you. Have a sandwich on me. And we'll catch you again from Parton's Heritage Homestead.